Imagine waking up one day to find out that your own sister has been telling people, family members, possibly others, that you are a pedophile. Not a rumor about something embarrassing, not a petty family squabble, a full accusation that you have been engaging in a sexual relationship with a minor. And the worst part, there is absolutely no truth to it. Not a single shred of evidence. Just the word of a person who for years has been making your life a living nightmare. And now she has found the most devastating weapon she could possibly use against you. This is the situation one young woman in Michigan found herself in, and it raises some of the most serious legal questions you can ask. What do you do when a family member spreads a lie so vile it could destroy your reputation, your career, and your entire life? What legal options exist? And how do you protect yourself when the attacker is someone who shares your blood? Stay with me, because this one is important. To understand just how serious this situation is, you need to know what led up to it. Our storyteller is a 26-year-old woman living in her parents' home in Michigan. For roughly 5 years, her parents have been what people call snowbirds. They spend winters in the southern United States, typically somewhere like Florida, and return to Michigan during the warmer months. This is an increasingly common arrangement for older Americans who want the best of both climates. Now, with her parents spending significant time out of state, our storyteller has been living in the family home. That is a completely reasonable arrangement. She is an adult child helping maintain the property while her parents are away. There is nothing unusual or improper about this setup. But her older sister, who is 37 years old, apparently has a major problem with it. And over the course of 5 years, that problem has grown into something ugly, aggressive, and now potentially criminal. Their father recently passed away. Grief does strange and terrible things to people, and sometimes family conflicts that were simmering beneath the surface suddenly explode. That is exactly what seems to have happened here. The sisters' behavior, which was already problematic, escalated dramatically after losing their father. And rather than pulling together as a family during a time of loss, this sister chose to escalate a war. Before we even get to the false accusations, look at what this sister had already done. On one occasion, she entered the family home without the younger sister's knowledge. She disconnected the internet router. She told their mother she was taking it out of the house, but she didn't actually take it. Instead, she hid it in another room of the same house, apparently just to cause confusion and frustration. The police were actually called over this incident. Think about that. A family dispute over a router got so out of hand that law enforcement had to be involved. Then, more than a month later, the older sister returned to the house. She picked a fight, and when she was asked to leave, told to leave, she refused. The police were called again, 2 police visits to the same family home within a matter of weeks, both driven by the older sister's behavior. Now, here's where things take a truly dark and disturbing turn. Our storyteller and her mother were not told directly by the sister about what was happening next. They found out through an aunt. That is already a red flag, that this accusation was being spread through family channels, through the grapevine, rather than made directly. The older sister, along with another sister who is 45 years old, and that sister's fiancé, began claiming that our storyteller had been seen in the parking lot of a local high school. Their implication was unmistakable. They were suggesting she was there for inappropriate reasons involving minors. But here is the thing. The 45-year-old sister and her fiancé admitted that they had seen a vehicle similar to the one our storyteller drives. Not the same vehicle. Not confirmed to be her vehicle. Just something that looked like it. And crucially, neither of them actually verified who was in the car. They didn't check the license plate. They didn't see the driver. They made an assumption and then turned that assumption into an accusation of pedophilia. Our storyteller is emphatic. She was not at that high school. She had no reason to be there. She finds the entire suggestion repulsive and says plainly that she has zero interest in being around anyone who is not of legal drinking age. The accusation is not just false. It is the kind of false accusation that can follow a person for the rest of their life. Even after it is disproven, the whisper lingers. The suspicion never fully disappears. And that is exactly why this type of defamation is among the most serious there is. On top of all of this, our storyteller has a strong suspicion, though no direct proof, that her older sister has been interfering with her job prospects. She believes the sister may have been contacting potential employers or otherwise sabotaging her attempts to find better employment. Again, no proof yet, but given everything else this sister has done, it is not a far-fetched suspicion at all. So the question she is asking, and the question we need to answer, is this: does she have legal standing to sue for slander? The short answer is yes, and this is actually a strong case on paper. Let's break down what slander means in legal terms. Defamation is a false statement of fact presented as true that causes harm to someone's reputation. Defamation can be written, which is called libel, or spoken, which is called slander. When someone falsely accuses another person of committing a crime, especially something as serious as sexual abuse of a minor, that falls into a special legal category called defamation per se. This is critical because in most defamation cases, the person suing has to prove actual damages. They have to show in measurable terms how they were harmed. But with defamation per se, the harm is considered so obvious and so serious that damages can be presumed. Courts in Michigan and across most of the United States recognize false accusations of criminal conduct, particularly sex crimes involving children, as defamation per se. So what does our storyteller need to prove? She needs to establish that her sister made a false statement of fact, not an opinion, but a claim presented as something that actually happened. She needs to show that the statement was communicated to at least one other person, which it clearly was since it spread through the family. She needs to show the statement was false, which it is, and she needs to show it caused harm to her reputation, her family relationships, potentially her employment prospects. The employment angle is particularly important. If she can connect the sister's statements to lost job opportunities, if she can show that the sister contacted employers or spread these rumors in professional circles, that dramatically strengthens the damages she could claim. It moves this from a family dispute into genuine economic harm territory. Now the challenge here is evidence. Defamation cases live and die on documentation. Our storyteller needs to start building her record right now. She should write down everything she remembers, with dates and details, as accurately as possible. She should gather any text messages, voicemails, or written communications from her sister. She should ask the aunt who told her about the accusation if that person would be willing to speak to an attorney or provide a written account of what the sister said. She should document the 2 police calls. Those are public records she can request. If she has any reason to believe employers were contacted, she should consider reaching out to those employers directly and professionally to find out. She should also speak to a defamation attorney in Michigan as soon as possible. Many attorneys offer free consultations, and in cases involving defamation per se, some work on contingency, meaning they only get paid if she wins. Given the severity of the accusation and the documented pattern of hostile behavior from this sister, a competent attorney may see real merit in taking this case. There is a broader lesson here for everyone watching. False accusations are not just morally wrong, they can carry legal consequences for the person making them. If you are ever in a situation where a family member, a neighbor, a coworker, or anyone else is spreading lies about you, especially lies that accuse you of criminal conduct, you have options. The legal system provides a remedy for exactly this type of harm. Defamation law exists because society recognizes that a person's reputation is genuinely valuable and genuinely worth protecting. The key steps are always the same. Document everything the moment you become aware of it. Do not retaliate in ways that could hurt your own case. Seek legal counsel quickly because there are statutes of limitations on defamation claims. And in the meantime, protect yourself by informing trusted people in your life about what is happening so that the lie does not spread unchecked. Family conflicts are painful under any circumstances, but when a family member weaponizes a false criminal accusation, that crosses a line that the law takes seriously. Our storyteller did not deserve any of this. What she deserves is to have her name cleared and to be able to move forward with her life without the shadow of a vicious lie hanging over her. If something like this has happened to you, if someone has spread false and damaging information about you and you are not sure what to do, the answer is always to find a qualified attorney in your area and have that conversation. Do not wait. Every day that passes is another day that a lie has the potential to take root. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to this channel. We cover real legal situations faced by real people, and we break them down in plain language so you know exactly what your rights are. Because when it comes to the law, knowledge is not just power, it is protection.